Sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows. Everything that's wonderful is what I feel when.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, from the Train of Positivity Summit. We are here today with my man, Matt Makovich, but also our important guest, our contributor to the summit, Miss Kim Karr. Now, Miss Kim Karr, we're excited to have you. We'd love to know, first of all, who you are, what I Can Help is, and basically your journey and path into getting to where you are today, creating positive change in the world.
Yeah, great question. Thank you guys so much for having me. I love the title of this conference. It's all about positivity, and that's exactly what I'm about. So yes, let's jump on this train of fun. So my background is in education. I taught for 13 years, saw there were huge issues going on online. I kept having students come to me with inappropriate text messages, to hate pages, fake pages, to even like nude pictures, and they didn't know how to handle it. So I started empowering them and training them, and then teaming up with big tech companies, because it was like back in 2012, it was like 9 steps to report anything. They were using big words, they didn't know what they were. So teamed up with them so we could really bridge that gap between students, schools, and companies to create a nonprofit called hashtag I Can Help. Everyone can help. The question is, will you, to make this online community a positive space for everybody? So that's who I am and what we do. And so our mission statement is we empower student change makers, promote digital safety, and celebrate youth innovation.
Oh, Kim, and we can't thank you enough for being here today. And as a follow-up to that, could you please expand on the importance and value of finding your people? Could you expand on that, please?
Yeah, I mean, what does that say? And like, show me your friends, I'll show you your future. I mean, there's that line of that piece. And even as an adult, I will tell you, I was a teacher for 13 years, and so all my friends were educators. But then now that I started this nonprofit, I really had to have a journey to, I actually had to re-identify myself. I had to rebrand myself per se, right? And when I got out of education, because that's not who my people were anymore. I mean, yes, I'm still an educator. I think I'll always be that. But then I also had a journey to find new people that were doing what I'm doing, like the synergy piece. It's really hard. And so you can go into, I went into a depression state, and I really went into a hard place. And I think it's that journey that you don't feel alone, and finding the people who do have the same kind of energy and the same kind of visions and goals as you. And it really makes a huge difference, kind of that, that piece. And I think when you start talking about, people are scared to talk about failures, and they're scared to talk about, feeling alone, and they're scared to talk about, those, how you mess up. Where I just found my journey actually became better is when I started sharing my rocks, like all the hard parts. Because when you start doing that, then you start finding like, oh, you have people who are gonna like, oh, I can help you with that. Oh, I can, do this with you. So I think that's the journey needs to start with, you sharing your hard parts sometimes. So you can hear other people who are having that, and then also share your goals. What are your goals? What are the things that you're trying to make happen? Because people want to help you, and they want you to see, you're going to find that your people, when they want you, they want to cheer you on. You need more cheerleaders in your life. I always have a word every year, and this year's word is, I call it hype or boost, whichever you relate to the most. And I had to start hyping myself up first before I could hype other people up or boost other people up, because I think that's so important, to have that piece. So along the lines of the positivity train, my friend got me a cowbell.
Ring it.
If I need to get hyped up, if I need to hype other people up, I just ring that cowbell, jump on the positivity train here, because it's really is the journey of your people is starting with you.
I love that, Kim. I know when people look further into I Can Help, they see that you are one of the main moving parts of that, but that you really bring in, for a lot of experience, high school students as well as young college students in that are getting experiences that are incredible in that. So first of all, we just want to say thank you for being an opportunity maker for so many. And while you're doing that, you're also making the world a better place. It was one of the reasons we were immediately drawn to you and impressed by everything you do. So thank you for that. But another thing, when you were willing to do this summit, you mentioned that also you wanted to talk about the ideas that finding love for yourself, and that is super important and able to, I think, carry out your missions in that. Can you help us think of a way, maybe 1 or 2 ways where that we can find a little bit more ways to love ourselves or find out more about ourselves, so that, as a positivity summit, that might help us with our foundation, like you said, so that we can hype ourselves up a little bit more.
Yeah. I mean, because that's definitely what it is. I was a athlete all the way through college, and so I'm very competitive. And I'm my worst enemy, basically, right? And I was figuring that out because I am so competitive with myself, and I wasn't happy with what I was producing. Where everybody else was like, "Wow, Kim, you've made all these different things happen." In my mind, I'm like, "But I haven't made it to this, right? I
Mm.
haven't gotten to here." And in my head, I just kept seeing failure, failure, failure. And so I wasn't loving myself, and I wasn't celebrating the small wins, and I wasn't, do these different things. And so I think how you have to start loving yourself is, like I said, you have to hype yourself up on every
Mm.
small thing that you accomplished, especially like these past, year and a half. Like, it has been super hard. And I think we have been kind of mean to ourselves because we haven't allowed ourselves that kindness. And so it's celebrate small wins,
Mm.
and figuring out that it's okay. Again, going back to that failure piece, is I now just tell myself, it's okay for me to fail as long as I fail forward. As long as I've learned something, I can fail, but I just need to keep failing forward. Like Digital for Good, that I'm so glad that you guys helped us host. Yes, I'm loving the shirt. Yeah, right. Is we actually do. We've had the past 2 years. We've had a goal of having 100,000 people to tune in. We had about 15,000. That is not including people having watch parties last year. And so including that, the numbers, we haven't gotten that. So this year we had it was done all virtually, and we didn't even come close to that 100,000 at all. But it's like, hey, you know what? I learned a lot from Digital for Good this year. And it is one of those, like, hey, I just need, as long as I fail forward and I learn something from it. And what's cool is I'm going to celebrate the wins. And what the win is from Digital for Good is that we have it all on our YouTube channel, and we're breaking it down in smaller pieces so people can go back and watch it in smaller pieces. So again, celebrating those small wins, because then you can start loving yourself in such a bigger place.
Mm.
So I just think that's such a huge, huge piece that makes us re-fall in love with ourselves to figure that piece out.
And Kim, on the topic of celebration, you're doing incredible things. Hashtag I Can Help is doing incredible things. And if our wonderful audience would ever be interested in continuing their conversation with you, how to get in touch with you, how to help hashtag I Can Help, which avenues could we go so they could get in touch with you?
Yeah, so our website is icanhelp.net, and our social media platforms is I Can Help Official.
Phil, you want to put a bow on this one, baby? Kim Karr brought it today.
She's the queen of the digital world and trying to make the world a better place. Ring that cowbell, Kim. We are done. Everyone have a great summit. Thank you, Kim. Thank you for joining us for the 2021 Train of Positivity Virtual Summit. If you have enjoyed this positive message, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. If sharing, please don't forget to use the hashtag Train of Positivity. Continue to have a great day, and thanks again for tuning in.